biggest enemy of life in America is the silence of the church. Without that, the abortion industry could not survive 30 days. If you look at the hundreds of thousands of churches there are in this country, I've said before, if just 5% of those churches were run by somebody who stood up in front of the congregation on Sunday morning and said, look, this is a Holocaust that we're involved in this country. The abortion issue is a Holocaust. And as long as I'm the pastor of this church, we're going to take a stand against it. We're going to fight against it. If 5% of them would do that.
And that's the way it should be. But
Right.
as we have said many times before, they're afraid to step on toes. They're afraid to offend.
Yeah.
They're afraid to lose the
Money.
the people in the congregation.
Yep, they're afraid to give up that collection plate. That's the biggest problem right there. It's
Well,
unfortunate, but
and
it's true.
yeah, I know. And the sad part about it is that these people need to come to repentance, and that is the pastor's job. They're not leading their flock properly, and it's very clear in the Bible that
What happens?
exactly what happens in that situation.
Well, you know, I had a friend who died a couple of years ago, Jerry Urbick, in Chicago. A really good friend of mine, and he and I had known each other forever. And he had started out life to be a Catholic priest. And he had gone to the seminary, they decided it wasn't for him. But he told me, he said, one of the things I remember most profoundly was we had this Jesuit that was teaching one of the classes that he was in. He said the first day of the class, we all came in and sat down. He said, we're all kind of scared of this guy. He was kind of a frightening individual anyway. But they said, once the hubbub had all settled down and everybody was quiet, he said, I want to make something perfectly clear to all of you that are sitting in this classroom. He said, if you think you're here to become a Catholic priest so that you get brownie points with God, you need to think again. He said, the hottest place in hell are reserved for the men in this room. He said, because when you fail, you don't just take yourself to hell, you take other people with you. And that's what these people don't understand. That's what they do, or they don't care, or whatever the situation
yeah,
is.
they need to read their Bible.
But let's make sure that people understand that the church could end this thing at any time. And I think even any individual denomination could. The Catholic Church could end it. The Baptist Church could end it. If they just stood up and said, we're not going to tolerate this
Right.
anymore, we're going to fight.